Hey everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. This is your host Tom Quee. Thanks so much for listening. This is, a series that's one of my favourite series to do on the channel, where myself and a guest go in depth on the top 5 rounds of one battler, just picking a single round out of a single battle and really, really digging our teeth in. Before we dig in, I'd just like to say please follow the show at Battle Rap Resume. Please get in touch with us, battleresume@gmail.com. We have merchandise for sale. Please go on to Redbubble and purchase a shirt. Christmas time is upcoming. I've cheekily shared one already on the Twitter. It's now in black, actually, which was fan requested. So we have different colours on offer. But genuinely, please, by listening to the show, you are really helping the show out. And I just want to say, thank you to everyone digging in. And yeah, this is yet another top 5. This is the, we've been doing a lot of them now. We had the Shufflo one, we had the Soul one. Big shouts to Joseph and Kraft. And now, another fan of the show, Mark. Is that right to say?
Yeah, it was actually the Shox The Rebel Battle Rap Resume I kind of saw one day on my suggested videos, and I just clicked on it because I saw your channel didn't have that many subscribers. I was kind of going, okay, seems interesting. And it's actually really good, really good questions, and I like the length as well, the fact that it's really long. Like most battle rap interviews, like battlerap.com, it's quite short and kind of to the point, but I like the way you kind of ask kind of more in-depth things. It's good, man.
No, thank you, man. And I think the reason why it's resonated with so many people like yourself and everyone else has been on the show as well, because battle rap fans want to talk about battle rap, but there just aren't that many people around to do it with normally.
Yeah, that's true, man. I went to Leeds for the birthday and I was talking to 2 or 3 guys afterwards, and I've never done that before, theatre.
Was it surreal?
It was quite surreal. They knew
Mark, you've never spoke to a friend? No.
No, my dad. My dad's quite a big fan. Right. I've shouted to him. He's the only person I would actually talk to about battle rap, man. Yeah.
No, yeah, and we were just briefly saying off air as well. This top 5 series, it's all from people getting in touch with the show and just saying, "Can we talk about this?" So I have to give huge credit to Crafty, who kind of originated the concept. Just messaged me and said, "Well, let's do top 5 soul rounds." Obviously, we're both huge soul heads. We wanted to get into that sort of thing, and then following up, Joseph with Shufflo and Mark and myself. And before we get into Shox today, which I'm so excited, again, Mark, your suggestion, and I think that was a brilliant one. Shox was the first episode for a reason. It was a mixture of, I'm a giant fan of the guy, let's just fucking do this, and also he's such a good guy, or at least I can detect that from his battles.
I was just going to say that he's actually a really nice guy. I was listening to his comments on things, and he's just really kind of seems to be a really kind of genuine, down to earth person. That was great. Yeah,
he's an absolute an absolute gentleman, really, and I kind of knew that he would oblige to be on the show secretly. I thought, maybe he'd do that. And I just want to say, actually, before we get into this is the top 5 Shox The Rebel rounds, by the way, me and Mark are about to go through, but I just want to say, before we get into the rounds, one of the benefits of the show, I guess, is that people sort of know me to a certain extent or whatever. And when I was next in line, I actually met Shox personally for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
And it was great, man. It was just lovely. He is, really good, he is such a good guy. And he came up to me afterwards, and he said he'd been looking for me a lot, and he said he was just going around shouting, "Where's Tom? Where's Tom?" And so.
It's pretty surreal, man.
Yeah. Pretty surreal, and he was just coming off a incredible performance by Tony. That I think it's not a spoiler to say we're probably both going to mention that battle. It's an outstanding showing, but we'll get into it. And this is just how hard has this list been for you, as a fan?
Yeah, it was really hard because there's a lot of kind of obvious ones, and I didn't want to kind of let that sway my decision to not put in the best quality rounds, but I wanted variety as well, and I think I've got a good mix and of quality. So all quality, obviously, with just different kind of levels of aggression, kind of it's everything all into one. I think I've got a kind of a good list.
Well, I mean, just to kind of sketch out Shox, as a battler, what is his appeal to you to the point where you want to discuss in such minutiae his writing?
I love really aggressive battlers Jonai, Raptor. That was my favourite battle of the weekend. I thought it would be as well.
Yeah, I saw that live. I saw that on the pay-per-view recently.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. I was in the front row for that as well.
I need to look out for you next time I watch it.
I mean, kind of the left as you're looking at the screen. I'm in kind of a grey hoodie.
Right.
I'll show you a screenshot or something. But yeah, it was crazy, man.
Oh shit, yeah. I just remember Jonai's the cancer deadliest on the biggest stage.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Some of his bars, they're not that hard to work out, but they're just so hard hit. I kind of prefer that kind of riding.
Yeah, and I think Shox, as well as being, you know, very satisfyingly, compellingly aggressive, you know, it's really something that adds to the bar. It's not something that kind of makes you kind of eye roll, like, dare I say, Bloodstroke against Lunacy.
Good example.
Yeah. You know, but, you know, Shox, it just kind of, it adds not only to the truth of it, I suppose, in a certain way, like in a battle that I'm certainly not going to mention much of, against Caps, he talks about stomping out someone's face with different size shoes on so the police would catch you. Like, that's a kind of, like, you know, a true honesty that's like a brutality from Shox there.
Yeah.
But you watch the bar and you don't doubt that he's capable of these monstrous acts.
It's like the thing with, like, I think Yunan's great, but like some of the stuff he spits, like, it's just like, it's not like abstract, and it's like nothing, not much you're saying is actually applies to you, and like it's just kind of like, but with Shox you don't really get that, so it's good.
No, completely. Yeah, it's anyway, we'll get into the top 5 battles here. You know, I want to kick off with one. My personal 5th favorite is probably one of his lesser known clashes, and it's quite a recent one. This is his 1-rounder against Templar Surfer Kid.
Don't let race convince you that I ain't banging. Push my buttons. I'll let lead back my talk. I'll call this Smith Willow. That pop hit will whip your head back and forth with the force of a Corvette. Fam, you bore vets, and I'm more vexed than Knife Bar King ain't bought a big blade for me. Cause I'd have took you off, stuck it in your chest and pushed northwest like Kim K's pussy. Don't push me.
This is, you know, a left field one, I suppose, but I find this very, very interesting in terms of where it comes in the Shox narrative. Like, you know, you mentioned he was on Battle Rap Resume. Huge thanks to Shox again for the first episode. Love that episode. You know, we've agreed to have him back really on as well, so that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because he's done obviously a lot more battles.
Oh my god,
that was like 9-10 months ago.
Okay, so yeah, Mark, the last battle we spoke about was the Old English battle. So it was just kind of like, you know, ridiculous what the guy has accomplished in 2016 so far. But no, this is kind of, you know, he said himself that he was kind of, you know, sobering up and kind of focusing a lot more and really old.
Yeah, he said he stopped smoking weed or something like last year, and he like
he just thinks of bars out of nowhere.
Yeah. It seems like some of his bars are just so like like the two things like don't relate at all, but like they do when he like says it, like it's great.
No, I've always said this about Shox. He can make a bar out of nothing, like brilliantly. Like Tony D has that kind of bar out of nothing where he'll twist a common phrase and you'd be like, why didn't I think of that? Shox will do bars about like the home website Rightmove. Against Cracker, so he does the kind of renting website.
I haven't seen the Cracker battle in a good while, but that was a good battle.
Yeah, he also does a bar in that battle about shells, and it's kind of the DreamWorks film Turbo. I don't know if you remember that. It wasn't very popular, about snails.
I've definitely I saw
you saw like a post
board or whatever. Just mad.
And I mean, that is Shox all over, and that's why he's such he's so unpredictable. But yeah, the Templar battle basically comes after the Old English battle, which was kind of rebirth on the modern stage. And you know, he had said to me that he had seen one Templar Surfer Kid, I believe against iKid, and he was like, I just couldn't believe this guy. You know, he's one of the best I've seen. Like, and he was like, I just wanted to battle him. And I don't know if that came from a certain like what Cracker had done to him, kind of reaching like the olive branch, as it were, because he had like seen him on Gift of the Gab and stuff. But you know, everyone knows Templar Surfer Kid. This is a vintage Gab battle, filmed fantastically. The atmosphere is wild here.
Yeah,
and
it's really good.
You know, it's kind of his first 1-rounder as well, which is great to see.
Sorry, can I just say one thing? Was the Gizmo battle before the Cracker battle?
No, it wasn't actually. I believe in the upload world it was. But the Gizmo battle. Sorry, I think
the one that went on the URL.
Oh no, actually, that might have been his second battle. Actually, yeah, I think you're right.
Because you were saying the Crackers saw him on Gift of the Gab. It kind of was Gift of the Gab, and it kind of wasn't. But like, I think he had one more Gift of the Gab battle as well. I'm not sure when that was though.
Yeah,
it was over a year ago, but I'm not sure exactly when it was.
Yeah, he's battled also Caps, which was his secondly uploaded battle. Which is
that was probably the one you're thinking of then, like when Cracker seeing him on Gift the Gab.
I think you're right. Actually, I'm just I've helpfully got the thumbnail up and Cracker is in the background, so there we have the evidence. But yeah, no, this is you know, obviously Templar Surfer Kid is a kind of, a name of renown here, but it was great that Shox was taking him on. And, again, with the Shox, and, there's a point I'm going to kind of make him ad nauseum here, that, he is some guy who is fantastic at the kind of building bars out of kind of obvious concepts and doing them well, where he's basically, he does quite a good superhero thing here that I've always liked in this battle. He's like, came to do man drastic, raw. You think everything you spit is golden, but your bar's more silver. Surfer came to knock you off this wave. And then he's like, with this Fantastic Four, where I'm a bit like, what, that stuff. But then he says it's not a stretch, man. Which is just kind of like, make a bitch.
That kind of makes a stretch less of a stretch.
Yeah, ironically, right? Yeah. Shout out Reed Richards. Shox also has a very long computer scheme that I don't know if you remember Euphorical against Matter, who had a similar kind
I've seen Matter's third round. That's all I've seen, because I've only been watching battles for about a year, so I wouldn't have seen kind of I've seen a lot of battles, but I wouldn't have seen say ones that you would definitely watch when they come out. But maybe not 2 years down the line, like straight off the bat. So there's a few battles I probably should have seen, but I haven't. But I definitely try and watch as many as I can.
Yeah, and this is my fifth one, partly because there are certain rounds that I've missed out that could have been fifth rather than this. Oh
yeah, obviously when you've got 5 rounds, it's It's preference. It's going to be preference for a few that are very close.
Yeah, and
quality wise.
And Mark, it's almost like we're recording this for prosperity, and we want some variety in the content, But, this is, and just great stuff from Shox here. Very Shoxy wordplay that's kind of almost kind of, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I kind of want to call it British PG. It's kind of the way he kind of takes apart syllables convincingly, but if you break them down in terms of tenses, they're slightly nonsensical. Whereas obviously you got to do surfer puns against surfer, so it's it's surfer move, he better get moved or he getting shanked or the point break.
I really like when he does the movie, if you movie get cut into, that's Kill Bill. I like when he does that. He pulls it off well, but I can see why you might think it's a bit of a reach, but
slightly, and awesome Nas bar that sort of closes his round as well. A steel clap and it's Illmatic. Flip him over to find no recognizable features.
I didn't get that part actually. What is?
Okay, he's talking about Illmatic by Nas. Nas's famed debut, incredible hip hop album.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't.
Yeah, and then obviously when he turns him over, he's been shot so badly. That his face is damaged, but famously with Illmatic, the only person on it is AZ, who kind of went on to minor things, but was a no-name.
Features on the track.
Yeah. I believe. I mean, who is it that says it? Arsenal or Shotty? Leaving from Ghostface features a tape from Wu-Tang or Raekwon or something like that. I think that's one of the bars.
I can kind of hear Arsenal and Shotty saying that.
Yeah, that's true actually. so yeah, I mean, this is a really terrific round, and if I kind of want to put it on here to just urge people to check it out. But Mark, what is your fifth favourite Shox round?
It's the same one. Really? I didn't want to say it till after, but it's the Templar one.
All right. Well, from now on, just agree. We'll kind of won't keep each other in the dark with it. But it is just a terrific round and kind of wholly underviewed. I felt currently.
Can I just the whole one when he goes, how did you get kicked out of a group called Backchat for chatting back?
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say, because you thought your call outs, so I'm not sure if it's word for word, but he goes, you thought your call outs would put smiles on Bear Grylls, but that didn't wash with Rivers. That's really good.
Yeah, that was absolutely astonishing. And where he's call this Smith Willow, the pop hit will rock your head back and forth.
I didn't get that one either. What's that referring to?
So Willow Smith had that song, Will Smith's daughter, rock your head back and forth.
Yeah.
So he calls his gun his Smith Willow, and the pop when the pop hits, because it was a pop hit, will Surfer's head will rock back and forth. But
that's the kind of thing he does, completely That's
why I love him. That's why I love him. It's brilliant. That attention to detail. That and it is a fantastic round. And maybe the beauty of Shox is kind of when he attacks after a second, rather than kind of just seeing a long round and stuff like that. But he dealt with it well. I felt he adapted to the long format, eagerly.
Yeah. I think Templar spat for. I didn't watch all of his round, but I think he spat for a good bit longer. But I think keeping the time, there's a lot to be said for that. It's going by what you're told to do, basically. People tend to spit for a lot longer, but then it makes it unfair and stuff. But if you're asked to spit for 5 minutes and you spit for a round, then what can you say?
Yeah, and it's, I mean, yeah, Templar does have a good round. I think he got a bit better after this, but you know, it's still amazing performance from him so early on, and that's just saying he's getting better. You know, Templar don't get angry. I don't know if you saw, Mark, currently like Gift of the Gab, I had them like revolt on Battle Rap Resume for a little while because I stupidly didn't. I included Templar Surfer Kid just as best hype man. I should have included him as best writer. I added him in. You know, he's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I answered that the questionnaire. So what are you going to do for the what is it, end of year?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Are you going to do like a video?
No, it's going to be an episode, an award ceremony episode.
That's cool, man.
With Definition as co-host.
Oh, Definition's great. He's such a funny guy.
He's great on this show, actually. I think.
He's a really good battler as well. Like, he doesn't battle. Like, his Thesaurus performance is one of the best World on Fire.
Yeah, that was.
He definitely won that. I think.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic battle. Yeah, Def is obviously a great guy, a great guest. Can't wait to have him back on. And yeah, we've got like 30 categories to get through. I don't know if we're going to like read the nominees with clips. It's kind of in my head. It's making me sweat because I think it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, like there is a lot. Like you put a lot of work into it. It wasn't just like insert. Like you actually put in like applicable kind of like options that like really are kind of like to what the question was. So like I like that, but it is a lot of work to kind of put into a video as well. So.
It is, but I think it'll be fun. Hopefully Definition won't present me
should be
by the end of the slog. But yeah, it should.
How can it not be fun with Definition?
That's true. And please, if you're listening, I think I'm going to close the poll mid-December. So if any time after December 2016. But that's for the Battle Rap Resume Awards. So you can find that on the Twitter or I put the video on the YouTube channel as well. But yeah, my fourth favorite round of Shox The Rebels, which again was incredibly difficult even at this point in the rankings. It's his first round against Cracker.
Finally got so fucked off with the sound of my stomach growling that he's fed me a cracker. AKA Wave. AKA the walking cliche whose ego inflates the second he step on a stage. So booking me, that was the right move, because when it's right move, it's like right move. I will take money just to put him in his place. Now when you battle, you love to get up in a rapper's face, screaming till you turn bright neon pink with all that unanimous hate. But just like Villis, all that aggression is fake, and I ain't one to play, so today you better stay way back. If this shit get physical, even Bagnall lacks the resolution to see me. This GHD, my heater make a wave lay flat. Let me stay back.
Absolutely incredible round. His writing, like this was my first introduction to Shox. Actually, I remember being bored at work on Twitter, and I was catching up on the birthday 6.5 recaps, and Cracker was battling Shox. I didn't know who Shox was, so I'm watching it, and I just saw this bar from Shox. It's in his second, where he sort of goes in on when Cracker had sex with that fat sket apparently, and put it all on Twitter. And Shox, knowingly asked ladies what type of girl would want to give Crackhead.
That got in the top 10, like the honorable mentions. That was a good bar.
Yeah, and I remember reading that. The reason that's a good bar, though, I felt especially, was that it works so well on Twitter.
Yeah, like it's so simple. It's so simple, and like it's easy, like to explain. Like it's not like a real kind of long scheme or whatever. You can just put it up there. People know what it's about. So it's good.
It's fantastic, and it really Shox has a kind of concept round in a second, but we'll get to the first, which is where I just think the writing is so exciting. When I watch it back, like I still really like vibe with it, especially. And this bar was heavily slept on at the time, where Shox says, "Today you better stay way back. If this shit get physical, even Bagnall lacks the resolution to see me. This GHD, my heat will make a wave lay flat."
No, that's a good bar. That crowd was a bit slow, to be honest.
Yeah, they were a bit slow, and I believe
they were a bit slow.
I think Shox was saying a few people afterwards, were coming up to him saying the bar, and obviously the point of that bar at the end there was that Cracker was known as Wave Williams.
For a while. I don't think he did a battle as.
No, he didn't actually.
No, he didn't. I think he had a battle with Koj after he just changed it back or something. Right.
Shout out UKBL though. That is going to be.
That's going to be so. That's one of the best cards on paper. That's one of the best cards the UK was of the year anyway. So
I'm going to be there, man. Good. Battle Rap Resume will be in the building. Yes.
You're going to do some interviews, or?
I'll be doing the interviews, yeah.
Nice.
So it should be cool. But yeah, no, I can't. I mean, if you listen to the episode that shout out Koj and Cracker we did.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to look back in years and cringe because like I go over the top and say like this voting system could change battle rap and shit like that. I'm like,
no, like it could. Like there's one obviously Don't Flop, and then Gift of the Gab is kind of sort of serious, but they don't upload videos enough, and like it's not consistent enough. And obviously King of the Ronald isn't serious, but he's right, there is room in the market for like a serious UK battle league, so I think it's going to do well. And the judging thing, that sounds really interesting. It's going to be hard with, I think you mentioned it, people bring their friends to events to vote, but like they probably will find a way around it, and it will work out well in the end. So it's a good idea. It's always,
it's going to have hiccups. It's a completely new paradigm, but I think it'll work.
Yeah, of course.
Just this first from Shox in the Cracker Battle is just a great watch, really. Goes on the title match quite well. It was always going to be a walk in the beach with C on your side. I mean, CC puns are overdone to a certain extent.
Yeah. But they're not that much of a reach where you could say another one of those bars. Like it is kind of overplayed a bit, but like it's fine.
Do C bad like Rehab and Kick Crack. Shox ascends because Crack has been around for so long at this point.
Yeah,
and, Shox really
2012. Yeah, probably. Yeah. His battle against
I think he tried out against Sketchy. I always try and remember people's tryouts. I think he tried out against Sketchy.
I wouldn't know him.
No, he's classic tryout of 2012 sort of,
was he shit?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Nice.
And Shox, you've always got to have cliches in your bars, to be fair, and we get a sort of scheme where Shox schemes through like taste, touch, smell and stuff, and he's like that all made perfect sense. Which is, it's not.
I don't remember that one, but he probably did it like so that it wasn't that kind of.
Yeah, no, he sells it well. Whatever. I'm doing it at Misjustice. But,
he does sell his bars very well.
Yeah, he is incredible. And Mark, yourself, number 4. Where are you with Shox?
His second round against Johnny Storm.
Better prospects than you turned me down. I was heated at first. Like, why this man try to play me for a clown? But then it dawned on me: if you jump in the deep end, it's easier to drown. So I can sense an archangel stopped him coming to town. Maybe it's my growth that's got these rappers ducking my round. Scared to let me ride the wave in case I run on the ground. Well, you're all pussy. Now I gotta get rid of Johnny to prove I ain't fucking around.
Pretty sure it made it into the top 5 rounds. It was 1 or 2, I think. But yeah, it's a really strong round.
And what are your highlights?
Just he works the crowd really well. He starts off like it wasn't like an amazing flip, but like it kind of like lessens the effect, because like Johnny Storm was saying that he was obviously battling and Don't Flop before him, and he goes, he said, "Stop saying you battled and Don't Flop before me. You want props for it, but we're stood in the same spot." Like it wasn't like a standing clip, but like it just lessens what he said. It kind of takes away. So that was a good start. And then he goes on to say, "I said I wasn't going to talk about your wife," and then everyone kind of laughs, and he goes, "But if I don't mention one thing, or if I don't mention for 1 sec about that bullshit last week, these men are going to question my credibility." And then he goes on to say, she should change her name to Chernobyl because there's an attraction, but after that fucking meltdown, no one wants to go there, and that was really good.
Yeah, that's a sensational part.
And like it is obviously it's not like just saying like she's shit or whatever. Like it is kind of like accurate to some extent. I like those bars, and some people like I don't know if you saw Bilzar's dialect this, and he didn't once call him shit or anything. He said, "I haven't once called you shit. I'm just saying why we should he was kind of calling him out for a while." Yeah, he said like why they should clash, as opposed to just saying like, "Yeah, you're shit" or whatever. Like he actually sold it well, and that's what he did here. So I like that kind of approach.
Yeah, fantastic battle. The whole the cops pull him over, they find nothing, wish him well.
I had that bar in here. That's crazy, man.
I can't pull over. It's either sit in cells or dump coppers in the water like a wish him well.
Yeah, I can't find it here, but there was another. It was to do with when he was saying, "You Yanks think the only Brit you should fear is Shoddy, but you're just a tag along. Quill was only going to battle my verse because they couldn't get Shine in. Now here's Johnny." That was really good.
Yeah, that was
like having those 2 bars in one round. That's just like so much.
Yeah, no, his writing is outstanding in that battle. Yeah. I think he really showed out for the UK as well. And
that was a really good event.
Yeah, it was Sheffield.
Like, people are saying Don't Flop fell off, but there was a few really good events this year. That was one of them. Like
you can't
some great battles.
Yeah, you can't say it wasn't a 6. And like it's weird though. You go to some of these events, Mark, and they sort of play out differently in the real world than when you actually saw them. The real world, I mean the digital sphere, but I was there at Raptor Jack, and I remember that was a great event, but looking back, like half the battles don't seem to got released. Pedro Evil got no love, like,
I think that was actually decent. Like Pedro wasn't that bad, and Evil was quite good in that as well. That was freestyle, but like what do you expect? Like it's not going to be like insane unless you're with like Sharon or DNA or someone, but like it was a good freestyle battle.
I mean more in terms of views really, but but obviously it's on the second channel. I think they should have uploaded a few of them, like Dank, JB should have been on the main channel. That's one of the battles of the year.
Like they didn't put it on the second channel because of the quality. It was just because it was like a training days event, but it should have gone on the main channel anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
definitely one of the battles of the year.
Yeah, absolutely astonishing. So we get to my third, which was, I mean, the top. I always knew what I was going to put as number one. Like I just kind of
me
like
too.
I think that's a given really. But number three and number two, it's more what order do I put them in? And today I was feeling that my third favourite round for Shox is against Raptor.
When you say you're in the streets with heat and your team bang clips, maybe you want to grip the blade and ride on a cat. I'm on my He-Man shit. You're weak, fam. This acting like a Spartan shit irks me. But you really want your abs cut on screen? I'll get to work, G. I'm godlike. 300 of your kind couldn't hurt me. I walk to this battle on the backs of bodies like Xerxes and work these bars to perfection. I'm teaching son to write and make threats. I ain't afraid of death. I've been there and done that twice. Now I turn mean hater to speed skater. Stick 2 blades on him and watch him run the ice because it's robbing season.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's your third pick.
Yeah.
There are sequences in this battle that are absolutely amazing. Like really like just inspired chains of really direct, intense material, where he sort of goes on Raptor's sort of, because obviously Raptor is in a unique position for Shox, and it's kind of the beauty of battle rap this, Mark, to a certain extent, the context in which you face your opponents. Like, it's not locked in this hermetic chronological sphere. It's like you're battling Raptor, but you're battling Raptor after he got like bodied by Soul and like humiliated, and you're battling Raptor when there are new targets to hit that maybe wouldn't have hit so well as Big Cannon would say them, and just where he's like started climbing and got hit by a boulder, you were shouldering enough. I bet you wish you kept your blade sharp when you unfolded it, bruv. Sounds like 127 hours, but it's been 127 weeks and that rock's still holding you up. I mean, crazy. And then
I don't remember that bar. That's really good.
Yeah, crazy bar. And then I don't know if you got this bar, Mark. Excuse me if I'm assuming incorrectly, but where he's like, show off, mate. Think you need Charlie to go off straight. Ironic, you never spit that heat when there's blow on stage.
No, I didn't. But I remember that bar, and that was really. He punched like I could have quoted every bar.
No,
because he punched like crazy.
Yeah, that's
at some stage he said, you punched like 7 times, or he said something about Raptor not punching, and then he said I punched like 7 times in 7 lines, and like it wasn't far off the truth in this battle. Like because punched like mad.
No, because what I'm reading right now is completely sequential. Like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like he goes from the 127 hours to the kind of his career falling off, and that kind of cocaine career sort of synonym there, to the whole when he says spit that heat, blow on stage. Spit that heat is a Southern Battle League, and there's a guy called Milltown Blow who's kind of the of that league.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of like what he's playing there. And then he does the whole, and then this Meme Fiend trying to seem clean with a fake background like a green screen.
Yeah, that's just filler, and that's like that could easily be punched.
And then you're a sacrifice when you should have been my bragging right. Your appetite for smack at night got you looking for exclusives, yet you find none. Your habit is black and white.
Sorry, what is that? What do you mean by that? Your habit is black and white.
So he says the nun term.
Yeah.
Well, basically a habit. I've just on the dictionary is basically what a nun wears. It's a long, loose garment worn by members of a religious order. So your habit, which is a very, I get what you're saying.
That's a really good part. That's like. It's like kind of putting those things together. Like it's kind of like it is Shox. Like
yeah. And actually, reading these are making me thinking this is my favourite Shox round because it's fucking incredible. I mean, it's kind of a little unfair because it is a one rounder compared to most of the others. But I mean, Mark, for you, why is this round so good?
It's just like, as I said before, the punch count is crazy, and like he was obviously a big name and people knew he was good, but this battle, like from the start, people knew he was like a big name. He kind of propelled himself to kind of like the number one contender, if you will. Like that's what he is. And this battle really kind of put him up there. Just like some of these bars, I said I could have quoted every bar, but like just like I'm Jim Carrey, going to put on a mask, I'm something else. Like that's crazy, man. So many bars.
Yeah, there's so many quotables. If I Batman the dent, change half his face.
Oh, so good.
When I rock cave in his foundation, like Wayne Manor, and just crazy shit where Shox is picking up cliches and finding new uses for them. So where he has the whole sort of Lion King stuff. So exactly,
that was really good, and it was quite funny at the end. Like what a cliffhanger! That was just kind of really. Yeah,
but what I heard beneath you, I watched my brother fall. It's like fucking hell.
It's not like a reach at any stage. Like, it's all like completely like accurate and like just straight.
I'll cut through his middle. This chap will get altered before he meets with Christ.
He meets a crowd.
Oh my god! There's so many good bars in this. When he starts off as well, talking about the graveyard, plot had so many holes.
Yeah, I had that. Like it literally, like it broke down his. I said here, it broke down his whole performance against Soul. Like, ironic you mentioned graveyards, and then plotted so many holes in it. Like,
yeah, it's just fucking it's
so original as well. Like some bars are played out to some extent, but you can kind of get around it. But like no one has said like these types of bars really at all. So it's really refreshing.
And Mark, people will be annoyed if we talk about this battle and don't mention the coffee scheme.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant. Like I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then like you want to know why I just bought a coffee scheme. And everyone's like, yeah, just to let you know that let you all know that I've been grinding. Like it's like so good.
Yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. There's that knowingness with Shox, and he's just killing it. Like it's so fantastic as a fan that this was a battle that didn't happen very long ago at all, and he's just wow. Like
Raptor, obviously everyone knows he wasn't that great against Soul in this or against Shuffle, but like he wasn't bad. This is probably his best of those three. Like he was pretty good, and Shox got a clear win. Like that's a big deal. I think Raptor's Gemini performance, that was probably his second best after Tony. Like he was really good in that.
I mean, really good battle. I probably have Jonai winning though.
I have Jonai the third, which is crazy. Raptor the second, and Jonai's first was quite short, I felt, and Raptor's first was really good. So it's down to the first for me. But easily give it the other way.
And Jonai with kind of the tone change in the second for a lot of it as well.
Yeah, I love the way he like starts talking and then it just goes into that like really aggressive kind of like. It's so good.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's so good that like when I was watching the pay-per-view recently, like I said to Lazy Ass Jack and Bear, I was like, it's so fucking good that Jonai's on Don't Flop. Like we take this shit for granted. Like this is so cool. Like,
I actually shook his hand after the event, and he just seems like a really kind of really cool guy.
No, I spoke to him a little bit at the 8th birthday pre-party as well, and it was just awesome guy. And we get on now to the the penultimates here. These are the cream of the cream. Shox, obviously, to be honest with you, Mark, we could do another episode and I'd pick 5 different rounds.
I had about probably 8 that I was kind of unsure about, and I picked 4. So easily.
So spoiled for choice. And my second favourite is the only Shox round that I've seen live. Incredible battle. Shox v Tony, the first round.
We all know you're a rider, but lately you're looking too tired to handle bars, carrying locks over your shoulder like a cyclist, and that's real. That's real. Look, I had to spit a line you could feel. Could have clowned you for being a nurse when you ain't, but I ain't trying to be chill. I got it with nothing but real skill. The pen cutthroat, razor at the base of your neck where you'll feel still. If he move, he getting cut into, that's Kill Bill. Watch him choke for 6 minutes, then die. That's how you know I'm the real deal.
Yeah, me too.
Is that your second?
Yeah.
I wonder if we overlap on the first, because we don't actually know, so that would be interesting.
It could easily do 3 out of 4.
Yeah, that would be. But I mean,
it's kind of hard. Like it is kind of like they are very kind of.
They speak for themselves.
Like it. Yeah. It is very accurate, like where we're putting them, not just like 5 great. Like obviously there are 5 great rounds, but like it is kind of like a 5th. I think it was 3rd and 2nd. Like it is very. Very kind of right the way I put them, so it's good, man.
And I mean, this first is just, you know, obviously Shox flipping Tony's slogan, the whole spit one round, you won't move sort of thing.
Yeah, I put that in, so that was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, people like, it's like he lights a fuse from the first bar, and people are really fucking with him. It was
like,
terrific.
I didn't think anyone could find a way to kind of mimic Tony's slogan. Like, it's a really kind of good slogan. It goes down well with the crowd every time, but he managed to do it, so props to him.
And, you know, I'm not even a big Dragon Ball Z guy personally, Mark, but the whole Goku out of the world with punches,
I wouldn't have got that.
Right. So he's just sort of he's just this sort of animal. I'm going to annoy fans.
You can kind of tell when the bar is good the way the crowd reacts to it.
Yeah, and Shox is something you keep doing. Please keep doing this as well. You make bars out of like slightly silly things, like the library.
Great, though. Like, it's really I had the bar in there, like, the fact that you're like talking about like a librarian, how you're gonna like
a librarian shushing you, the most innocuous image ever is suddenly like devastating.
I put in there like it's just mad way, like he put in like a librarian to talk about how he's gonna like take his head off, basically. Like, it's mad.
You know, and the whole GTA 5 pain in front of Trevor, like that's one of those beauty of battle rap bars where certain things have to have happened in the past for wordplay to work, and it was just so good,
really good.
Probably, I don't know, maybe Mark, I have to do the list and maybe check the results of the Battle Resume Awards show about best bar of the year, but maybe it is the Indiana Jones.
The Indiana Jones one,
I think
possibly. It was a really, really good bar.
So that is just whatever you tell yourself, you came here to die and do nothing else. You can't take a shift off from fate, which on its own is quite a nice image. Like, you know, you know,
like I said it before, his filler is like could easily be a punch. Like it's just like it's punches packed into like one or two lines.
And the whole, either I kill him with the pros or it's Indiana Jones, man, I'll break in your temple.
Yeah, the way he like punched his fist, like it's great, man.
Yeah, and I do remember seeing that live and just freaking out and just.
So where were you standing? I think you said you were on a couch or something.
I was, So kind of, if you're kind of where Danny, Jack, and are sort of thing, I'm to their left, standing on a couch, kind of like so. Shox's back is to me, and Tony's back is to me and Shox is facing me. And I think I put a photo, go on at Battle Resume, there should be a photo of there too. But
I saw you were talking on the not kind of recap, but like the video they put up on the channel. It was about like about the next in line. They put like kind of a 3-minute video, like a few clips, and you were kind of talking at the end. That was pretty cool.
Was I?
Yeah.
Oh,
you were talking. I think you were talking about the Tony Shox battle, like just saying like you can't wait for it to start or something like that. Oh shit!
Okay, I need to check that out.
It came out yesterday, I think so.
All right, okay, and Shox with an amazing Narcos bar, the whole dope lines around the world.
No one heard that. Like I don't kind of like people say it again like that much, but like Heretic was right to say it because like no one heard it. No, completely. And I mean, for you, like how strong is obviously it's your second favorite round, you know? Yeah. It might be kind of quality wise better than the first one, but like the first one was my probably top 3 or 4 rounds ever in Down Flop, really, so I couldn't really not put it in there because it has been one of my favorite rounds for so long. I kind of had to put it in there, but Down Flop wise, maybe around the year.
Better than Souls. What?
So no, not say 2. Second to Souls, first round against Raptor, but it's crazy round.
Wow, it is just an incredible round. So Mark, we're now here at the cusp. Let's see if we have the symmetry all the way through. What is your first favorite Shox round?
It's his first round against Old English.
Oh, okay. We differ.
You are getting laid to rest because they applaud you as a top writer. But you stole your whole shit from Soul. You took from Low Pesci, Casino. His pen skate with the best. Well, I'm more Joe Pesci. Casino. My pen goes straight to your neck. Start placing your bets. Because this about to be a grand slam. See, when Bam told me I had old E, he said pen game. Time to see if you can really hang, man. So I had to bring a line for every mistake you make, soldier. Just know, if I draw around for your head, then it's game over.
As I said, it's one of my favorite rounds in Down Flop ever, really. Just like everything was right. Like it being in Fiddler's, like the venue. It wasn't too packed. Not that it was obviously really packed next in line, but I think it was, because it was less packed, it was even better maybe. Like to watch like the crowd, like spacing and everything. The crowd were really receptive. There were kind of two guys who kept going off saying like what, and that was just kind of really good watch overall. I said before, like I read in here, like Johnny Storm was probably his breakout battle. But his first round against old, like one of the top comments has like 80 likes, I think. It was like that first round from Shox made him jump to top tier like instantly. Like, it was just quite right. Like, it was crazy round. Yeah, got him a lot of recognition after that.
Yeah, the whole performance in your round building like Shakespeare. Like, crazy shit. Yeah. I think he said like that he made old like sweat and he had to take his jacket off after that first round. Like,
I think Old talked about that in his battle rap.
Resume. I believe he did. Shout out Old English. But yeah, I think that isn't actually in my top 5, but that is a outstanding. And I think the first Shox's first is probably the highlight. But a terrific performance from him. That was his first after a kind of his elucidation.
It wasn't a bad performance against Leo. Obviously, he had the choke, but like I don't think that's really that much of a big deal. It was at the end of his third round. After spinning like a strong round, like people kind of look into that too much. Like it was a choke at the end of a round when it's like one bar. He could have easily just called time, but I think his bar was like his best bar, so he wanted to get it out. I think he spotted in like an interview afterwards. He had like a really good kind of like ending to the battle, and he spotted in like an interview afterwards. But he really wanted to get it out. That's why he didn't just call time or whatever. I wouldn't really take it into account too much. Like it's not really a choke when it's like at the end of your round, after like spinning like a lengthy round. So we get to the final round of this top 10, and this is one of my favorite rounds ever, I have to say, in battle rap. I come back to this round regularly. I find it really exciting and inspiring and just entertaining as fuck. This is Shox's first against Sleepy G.
I'm killing him bad, mad, violent speech though. Reach through that boy's chin. I got this Brighton raver sweating like a party on the beach. That's how I make a fat boy slim. Can that Can that boy win? Never. On way, really. He the type of guy to get caught with a gram of cheese and be so scared that he snitch on his dealer. He's up in the ID parade trying to laugh G's away like it's number 4. I know his face, but don't judge him for being a grass. To him, it's no disgrace. The ask the clue's always been in his name. Called himself G. So he's supposed to drop a tail for a lower case, bro. His waist. I'm having. Let's go.
Yeah, that was crazy. His second round, that was crazy as well. I don't know how he didn't get the win.
Yeah.
Like, he clearly won like 3-0. Sleepy I haven't seen his tongue twister battle, but like the judging video has like 100 and something dislikes and like 10 likes. Apparently, like he like clearly lost and got the win, but like it definitely happened here.
Yeah, I mean, shouts to Sleepy. I'm going to have him on the show soon.
No, like he's a good battler. Yeah. Obviously, he wasn't great against Juan, but like his Raptor performance is really good. And I've seen a few of his battles. He's been quite strong.
Yeah.
He just didn't win this. There's no way you could say he won this.
No. And for me, this is kind of one of those ones where it just has so many sections that I really enjoy. And it's good to hear see Shox here kind of with here's where it gets peak for you, because a few people kind of say it along with him. You sort of see like a little bit of building. Like
really good opener. I like it.
Yeah. And then he has a sort of the vampire scheme. So when I finish sinking my teeth in your flesh, you're gonna have to find sleep in a coffin. Sleep is the cousin of death. Fuck that. When Sleepy is cussing, I'm deaf.
Yeah, that's really kind of Shox. Like that was kind of his from his trial. Like the whole smart Alex thing. That's kind of similar to that.
I'll make S&M and art Alex.
Oh, S&M. When I turn S&M to an art Alex.
Yeah.
His punches was smart Alex before that. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. Ow, that punch smarted. But yeah, again, Shox building from the mundane beautifully. Make this Brighton queen point me out from a dock when I swing a bottle that would launch his boat.
Yeah, that was a really good bar.
And then a bar.
a few I kind of don't remember too well because I watched it a good while ago.
Of course,
really strong.
Incredibly strong round. And then he has a bar that kind of anyone in Don't Flop would spit, and it would really be a room shaker. Everyone in this room knows I'm good for the body, like a vitamin tab.
Yeah, that's a really kind of simple but really effective bar. Yeah. He's had a few of those. Over a couple of years, it's a really good bar. And
he's direct as hell. Sleepy is kind of DJ from Brighton.
Really good DJ as well. He was really good at the birthday. Killing him bad, mad violent speech that'll reach through this boy's chin. Got this Brighton raver sweating like a party on a beach. That's how you make a fat boy slim. Oh yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of the slightly earlier Shox, but great. And then probably, now this is maybe hyperbole to say, but I think definitely in a small room, this bar grants the biggest reaction has ever given.
Oh yeah, it took him a few seconds, I think.
Yeah. The whole
I know the one you're talking
drop
about.
a tail for a lowercase.
I don't get it, but...
Do you not get it?
No.
Okay, so the bar is about Sleepy kind of snitching on his dealer and lying for the cops to give him a reduced sentence. So he'll drop a tail, he'll lie for a lowercase, but his name's G, and when G becomes a lowercase letter, it drops a tail beneath.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is mad. Yeah, but gets probably like 95% of bars. It took him a few seconds, but like when he got it, he was like so chuffed with himself.
Yeah. No, he goes mad. And like that is, I mean, I think Shox said it at the time, it was one of his favourite bars that he's written. And for me,
that's mad. Like
I remember hearing that and being like, whatever this guy does, I'm going to follow him. Like if he can write like that, that's the sort of stuff I eat up, man. Like that is just so clever and so just genius. So that is our top 5. Can you just quickly recap your 5, Mark, and I'll recap mine after?
The 5th one was the one rounder against Templar. The 4th one was second round against Johnny Storm. 3rd was one rounder against Raptor. And then the penultimate one was first against Tony. Couldn't really not put it in there.
Yeah, of course.
And then number 1 is first against Old.
Yeah. I think that's a fantastic list. And myself.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah. I mean, and it goes to show you as well. We have kind of mirrored at certain points, but there's also been divergences. So I had versus Templar as number 5. The first versus Cracker as my 4th. The Raptor battle as my 3rd. It's first versus Tony. I'm thinking about firsts with Shox, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pat's Day kind of thing. Like his first round is really strong.
Yeah. And first was Shox's first against Sleepy. But obviously, Mark, there's a lot of battles that we're not even touched upon that are great. His Kojay performance kind of slept on. I know it's not his best, but it's still great.
I think he downplayed it slightly and made it look like it wasn't as good as it was. But like, just because Kojay was sick in that battle doesn't like it. He was Shox was really good in that battle too. Kojay took the win, but like, I think he said he was thinking, or Shox said he was thinking about calling it off for whatever reason, but like he still came and showed up, man. So like, it was a really good battle, and he was good in that.
Yeah, man, and obviously not maybe his most remembered thing. He teamed up with Tally against Raptor and Briggsy.
Yeah, that was a good battle. Yeah. I think he was saying that him and Tally kind of like changed the bars last minute.
Yeah.
And then in one of their round, I haven't seen. I think the round they did, like it was the 3rd round. I haven't seen that. Then Tally wasn't sure which way they were going to split the bars, and it kind of got a bit kind of confused. But it turned out well overall. I think it was good 2-on-2. Yeah,
slept on, and I mean in the future.
Yeah, it is slept on. It hasn't got that many views, but like especially with Raptor, Shox probably didn't get that many views up until recently, but like I think now he will get the views he deserves, but especially with Raptor. How many views does it have?
It currently has 30,000 views, so not
should have terrible. It's kind of like a 50k kind of like battle, especially like the event obviously wasn't of a similar magnitude of like a checkpoint or whatever, but it was.
Yeah, no, Mark, I'll just ask you, like, what? Okay, so Shox's most viewed battle, how many views do you reckon it has?
It's the Tony one, or is it Gizmo?
It's actually Gizmo.
Yeah, for like 49k, I'm gonna guess.
40,000, yeah, just before 40,000. So he's not really a viewed guy.
His Tony one is 45.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was 46, I think.
First track.
Yeah, he's not really a viewed enough guy.
No.
It's quite disappointing, but I think he will. Like the views are kind of picking up, so hopefully.
Yeah, and Tony versus Shox is 49,000 at the moment. You were right. Yeah, that is his most viewed one. But
that's really good for a few. Like Tony isn't like that highly viewed as well. So like it's a good number for a few weeks. I think it's 3 or something.
And in the future, who's your dream Shox opponents?
Him Disaster would be a really good battle.
Okay.
UK wise, him Raptor makes sense. Obviously it happened. That kind of makes sense. Him versus Soul just has to happen. Him C Major would be really good. Yeah,
that would be good,
because C Major is quite aggressive, and like they're both like really good riders, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be a great battle.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. I'm trying to think what I want to see. Maybe like Shox. I don't know if you know Calico. I want to see Shox versus Calico.
Yeah, no, he battled Pat Stay. Did he at Massacre?
Yeah, he's a big URL guy as well. Big bolshy, kind of, aggressive, charismatic sort of guy. I think that'd be a really nice,
that'd be great,
nice face off.
Yeah, him versus Matt would have been really good. And would have got a lot of views. Would have got a lot of views as well.
Yeah, it's a shame that didn't go down. Yeah, but maybe
Matt was actually really good against Dialect.
I heard. Me and Matt had a long interview at Don't Flop. He's a lovely guy, man.
Yeah, like he usually, like especially with like 3 days prep, he kind of get away with not being at his best. But he was really good. So props to him.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, but Mark, thanks so much, man. This has been Shox. Thank you.
No bother, man. Thanks for having me on.
Do you have any avenues online, or are you just a kind of interloper, or do you have like a YouTube channel?
You can follow me on Instagram. It's mark.beatty, Beatty, and then 01 at the end. So.
Right.
You can follow me on there.
Yeah, no, but cheers, man. This has been great.
Cheers, man.
All right.
Had a really good time.